Hey guys, how's it going? So, a lot of people already know me for my 10x10 layout. It is such a lovely, simple layout that allows you to achieve looks on your city like this. Nice, spacious, lots of space for greenery and ornaments and everything else, and it just looks very nice and pleasing to the eye. Sometimes we don't really want to deal with trying to place down 10x10 squares and lots of ornaments and everything else, and we just want to slap down a really quick city. So here are a few really nice actually looking city layouts that you could use in your cities that can still be tweaked a little bit to allow for a little bit of beauty building and some aesthetic pleasure for your eye candy. All of these stamps will be available in a single zip file that you can download over on my Discord server, so you can get them from there if you are interested in those. And the link for my Discord server is down below in the description. So with that, let's get started. So for our first layout, we have the tiny city layout. It is indicated by the marketplace icon under the stamps right here. And this is a contribution from Fredneck Teddy over on my Discord server. He wanted to have a nice, simple, quick layout that you could slap down on like some of your small farming islands where you aren't going to be building a big city and you just need to get some basic farmers going and a basic small town. This provides 39 farmer homes, a marketplace, a pub, and a firehouse. All you need for your basic farming settlements and everything. So a very nice, tiny, compact layout right there to kind of get you going on some of those smaller islands. The next layout I have for you is just what I'm calling a basic town hall layout. This is a pokeball, what we like to call a pokeball, where you have a town hall and all the houses fit nicely within the circle radius of the town hall. Town halls are really, really important for your cities and everything. The items you can put in them are really, really powerful and everything sometimes. So being able to fit as many houses as possible within the radius of the town hall can be super, super important. So that is what this right here provides. It provides two town hall layouts. Now this is actually a slightly modified version of a stamp from the Anno stamps website. Unfortunately, the author is anonymous on it, so I don't know who created this, but big thanks to that person for creating it. The only change I made is he had two post offices, one here in this blank spot and one here in this blank spot. I took those out. That way, if you don't have Empire of the Skies DLC, you can still use this stamp without causing any issues in your games. Now this stamp right here is modifiable. You can continue using this stamp throughout the game. Later on, you can take out the marketplaces and stuff and replace those with other buildings. You can add on things like universities on the outside edge or move the hospitals around if you want to, maybe to the corners, and put in banks and stuff like that. So these are really well done setups that you can modify and everything as you grow your cities and stuff. So really, really nice little layouts right here to get you started on some town hall coverage. So give that one a check if you want that going on in your town. And if you find any of this video helpful at all, do me a big favor and leave a like and a comment down below. If you have not already, subscribe to the channel for more Anno 1800 content. I know it's a little cheesy to say, but it does help the channel out tremendously, and I cannot do this without you guys' support, so big, big thanks for everything so far. Alright, here is the last one I have for you. Again, this is a fully vanilla layout, no DLC content in it, and this one is called the all-in-one layout. It is represented by the bank icon right here in the stamps tab, and this is by Yannick over on the Anno stamps website. So big thank you to Yannick for uploading this and creating this stamp for us all. Really, really nice all-in-one thing. When you first place this down, a lot of these buildings won't be unlocked for you, so they will actually blueprint themselves and you can upgrade them into actual buildings later on as you unlock them and have the building materials for them. So that is really, really nice. And it gives you everything you need. It gives you a bank with some good coverage, plenty of coverage on the members clubs. It's got 2 oil power plants, so you will need enough oil to supply this. 2 oil power plants is going to take 6 oil wells total, or if you have items boosting the output of the oil wells, you can decrease that, but you'll need a minimum of 6 oil wells to supply this. Space for train tracks right here to connect everything up, and plenty of houses and coverage. Later on, as you upgrade, and maybe you decide to upgrade all this into investors, you could take away things like the marketplaces and the schools and things like that, and the pubs, take those out, replace those with either more houses or decorations or anything else that you might want in there instead. So again, a very nice layout that's going to give you some options later on as you grow the city. And what's great about this, as you can see, it does fit on a medium island with some building space in the center. So it does take up a fair amount of room, but it does give you 260 houses on it. So that is a nice sized little town right there for some of your smaller residential islands and stuff that you might want to go ahead and upgrade to engineers or investors later on. Now, the final stamp I have for you is a beast of a stamp. This is the World's Fair City. This is by Nemos Leftcloud over on the Annoverse Discord. So big thanks to him for supplying this stamp and everything. This is a huge stamp. You cannot fit this on an old world island. This really can only be put over here on Crown Falls. But it does provide a massive layout right here for a bunch of houses, and then you could even tack on maybe some of the smaller ones like the all-in-one layout or a basic town hall layout to continue around the edges if you want to. This layout provides 1,090 homes within it, so it's a huge layout, and it has very good town hall coverage. We go right here, we take a look, you can see excellent town hall coverage with some space on the outside edges for even more houses if you want them. It does include a World's Fair in the center, as well as all of the basic amenities from the vanilla game. If you have DLCs such as the Empire of the Skies to add post offices, you could probably take out a few houses and throw down some post offices in there as well. Shopping arcades, cafes, bars, and restaurants, all that stuff can be placed still within this. You just need to take out homes and everything to make it work. But it is a massive grid and everything, and normally I'm against the grids, but this one actually kind of works and everything, and I could see me kind of using this because, you know, I can go in here and modify stuff. I could take out some houses and create some like little plaza squares. I could take out huge chunks of houses around the World's Fair and make a big park around it. So while it does at first look like a giant sea of 2x3 monstrosity housing, it has potential. You always have to see the potential in what you're looking at and not just look at it as, oh my god, it's just a giant slap down of houses. There's a lot of potential here for a lot of really cool stuff that you could do with this stamp. So it's an excellent stamp for getting in there, slapping down a bunch of houses, and then tweaking it to your liking. I like this stamp. I may actually be using it soon. Now we're leaving the old world in Cape Trelawney and we are heading over to the new world. In the new world, we have a single layout and it's just a basic city layout, okay? This is all you need right here for your Honoreros and your Obreros. Get you everything you need: the marketplace, hospital, chapel, boxing arena, you know, police, fire, all that good stuff, and plenty of houses. Specifically, this gives you 148 homes that you can use to upgrade. The new world obviously is one of those where, you know, trying to have a nice compact town is really important, just because of space issues and stuff. I have this right here on Manola, but if you don't have New World Rising, then you know the pain of trying to fit as much as you can on those New World islands because of rivers. So this is a nice compact, but still, I think it actually looks pretty good. I can see a bunch of ornaments in there. I could see taking out a couple of sections of housing to add in some nice plazas and parks and stuff. So I can see some really fun potential out of this layout. So if you like this layout, give big round of applause to CEO AWI over on the Anno Stamps website. He is the one that uploaded this right here, and I did not make any modifications to it, so this is still just his layout. Very nice layout and everything. Again, you can either get it from my zip file that's over on Discord, or you can download it from the Anno Stamps website. Last but not least, we have a stamp that has been around for a long time now, at least in terms of the layout over on the wiki, and I have done some slight modifications to it. This is the King William Island stamp. This gives you everything you need for the land-based portion of King William Island. I did not include anything along the shoreline because it can depend on where you place your trading post, so I left out the shoreline stuff, but everything right here will work so you can get your whaling Inn and everything else, or anything else you might want on the shoreline. But it has everything you need right here. These are all the houses you will need, and then of course upgrade them to technicians later for having an airship hangar on King William Island, and this gets everything unlocked. Your airship hangar will actually go in this big square right here. I just didn't include it, but this is where it would go right there. So you can put it right there and it fits in very nicely, gets all the heat, and it's close to a warehouse for building materials. So that is your King William Island layout right there. Get you everything you need, and you can start conquering the Arctic. All right, guys, and that's it. That's a few city layouts that I have found across Anno stamps and Discords that I thought were actually pretty nice looking for what they were, and they will work for those people that don't really want to deal with ornaments and they don't want all of the wasted space that technically the 10x10 layouts do give you. Even though they are very modular, some people don't want that and they just want everything in a nice, easy stamp that they can slap down and upgrade without having to think about it. So give those stamps right there a try. Again, they are all available on my Discord server, and links to the ones on the Anno Stamps website are available down below in the description. Just be aware a couple of them do have post offices on them, so be sure to look on the screenshots for the stamps, and if you see a post office and you do not own Empire of the Skies, you cannot use that stamp. So just be aware of that. If you need a version of it without the post offices, I will have those on my zip file. So there's a couple different ways you can get the stamps depending on your preference. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.